Greetings everyone, this is Andrea and Marah from the Myrrh FrankinSCENTS channel, and here is my quick guide to the difference between juried versus non-juried markets. So the topics we're going to address are trade shows and how they are not consumer markets, what a non-juried market is, how to decide what's best for you, and my personal favorite choice. So trade shows are not consumer shows. Consumer shows are for selling directly to your consumers or customers at retail prices and are what most home-based businesses will frequent. So these include your festivals, your craft fairs, and markets. Registration and booth fees are a lot more affordable for most small business vendors. If you choose to attend a trade show, you can expect to pay up to thousands of dollars for a booth fee. You also have to be able to create and distribute hundreds to thousands of units at a time, because these events are mostly about networking with other business owners rather than selling products for same-day profits. Trade shows are really not intended for beginning businesses. Now let's look at juried shows. Vendors for juried shows, you have to apply beforehand, and you'll submit some type of sample of what you have to offer, whether it's pictures or a type of product list, and then sellers are chosen by the organizers according to whatever criteria they have set forth and available slots they have for different categories, whether it's candle categories or soaps and bath and body categories. Then you may have clothing categories. Generally, these are large shows. So organizers are going to make sure they select a broad range of product types to be sold to ensure they have an even balance of competition and they have something that will appeal to the majority of the attendees. Products that were not juried in the application process can't be sold. So if you are a bath and body, they usually don't want you selling something that belongs to another category like candles. Or if you're a jewelry maker, they probably don't want you selling with clothing. So they want you to stay within your category. Now these are more expensive than the non-juried shows that we're going to talk about in a minute, and they can range up to hundreds of dollars or more depending on the exclusivity of the event or how many people they plan to have attending. Now, organizers are going to employ a high level of organization, and they're going to really promote to ensure a large turnout. Let's look at non-juried shows. Now, these shows tend to be a lot smaller and less organized than their juried counterparts. They're usually the type of events you'll have in schools or churches and other local community buildings and spaces. There really isn't a process to ensure a range of products, and most of the sellers may end up selling a lot of the same or very similar items. The fees to enter are relatively low, usually about $100 or less, or they may ask for a table fee or a donation to be collected instead. Usually, these events are for local crowds, so the event may not be as well promoted or attended as your juried events. Which is the best for your new business? For beginners, I highly recommend you try a few non-juried shows. It's a great way to get your feet wet. You can practice connecting with attendees and practice your setup and takedown practices. And you can really get a feel for the market and craft show scene. Now, if you're an intermediate to advanced seller, juried shows are best for you. If possible, try to attend some of these events beforehand as a customer before you apply, to see if you like the way the event is organized, to see if you like the show out, and that'll help you decide if this is a show that you would like to be a part of. Now, my preference for markets is juried all the way. I have 13 plus years of customer service experience in various fields, and it definitely gets put to good use. It can be harder to get into juried events, but I like the idea that competition is limited to ensure that there's a broad range of sellers. Be sure to check out my video in the cards and description box about how to prepare for your first market. Now remember, profit at shows and markets is not guaranteed. Some will present gains and others losses. A lot of different elements come into play to determine the success of your show. With that, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon. Peace and blessings, and stay sensational.